up, nerds? Aaron here from Neverboard Gaming, and I'm here with my friend Bobby from Haba Games.
Hi, how's it going?
How's it going, Bobby? So, we are looking at Iquazu here, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, can you tell me how much this is inspired by Avatar?
None. Copywritten.
All right, so let's walk us through this game and tell us a little bit about it, please.
Sure. So this is a area control hand management game. So we all have a hand of cards. The card colors represent the slots that you're going to need to play your gems into onto the board. So on your turn, if you play some number of cards, like let's say you play that blue one, you can play into any of the blue one in column one, any of the slots.
The gem of my color.
Correct. So the number of cards you play, so if you were to play like 3 blue cards, that indicates the column that you can play into. So whereas you played 1 card for column 1, you played 3 cards, now you can play column 3, and you can play in any of the blue slots in column 3.
All right, awesome. And the other action you can do on your turn instead of playing that is draw cards.
Right, so drawing cards isn't a regular thing you can do. So you either play or draw. You can't do both. So managing your hand, managing when you want to draw back into those cards is important because you're going to obviously run out of cards, or you're going to save up to play into these higher value spaces. And why these are important is because once a column is completely filled up, we'll score. So whoever has the majority of gems in the column will score victory points. So we're looking down the column, and then we'll score each row for majority for these bonus tiles. And then after that, this whole thing shifts over.
That's the coolest thing about this board.
Right, and that's what makes it a little tricky strategy-wise, or maybe interesting strategy-wise, because obviously these cost me more to play into, but they're going to stay on the board longer, hopefully generating more value for me. So I really like that aspect of the game.
I thought I had a question.
I was going to say the other things to talk about are these bonus tiles. So when you check for row majority, you'll just assign these out based on who wins. So this is a wild gem placement. This is just 4 victory points. These are pretty important. These are hand draws. So on your turn, aside from playing gems, you can use these to draw cards for free. It does not cost an action. So those are pretty valuable to have. Then the interesting way the game progresses too is whoever's last player for the round will add a water droplet into the topmost empty space. So this will force the column to close. So the game will progress as it goes through. It won't just be stagnant with nobody playing into column 1.
Yeah, and that way we're not all like filling up column 2, 3, and 4, and then all of a sudden like, okay, let's fill in 1 now.
Finally, let's fill in 1.
Yeah,
exactly. So the game, 2 to 4 players. This score track changes based on number of players. We have multiple score tracks. You just pop that in. Game plays the same number of players. Plays in probably 35 to 40 minutes.
And what's a recommended age for starting out that you've seen like handles it no problem?
Yeah, I would say 7, 8 and up. That's usually probably fine. I've seen a few younger kids play like 6. The strategy of valuing how to play the gems is maybe a little bit more complicated, but the mechanics aren't that complicated. So yeah, I've seen people just play their cards down and have fun with it. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Bobby. And when is this actually going to be out on the market?
Now, so it came out at the beginning of the year, actually. We've been showing it at Gen Con, DiceStarCon here. It's available through regular distribution, retail, online, through our store, or conventions.
We'll have a link in the description box down below where you can get yourself a copy of this game, because you definitely want to get a copy. And while you're down there, subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored. We're going to do finger guns. I thought I had a question.
I was going to.
All right. Well, we will. Hey, how's it going? What do you think? It's cool. It's a cool game.